This is Sue Bell from themesroom.com, and I'm here today to talk to you about the value of a keyword. Now, even when you're doing market research, you're still dealing with the idea of a keyword. And ThemeZoom was one of the first, and possibly still the only, to actually assign a value to a keyword. So I wanted to talk to you about that today because there's several different values that we have for keywords, but then there are other things that impact that value as well. So let's just start with the basics. You've got Google AdWords cost, which is one of the fundamental values that we use. You've got paid traffic, again on Google, and you've got natural search results. These three things combine in a couple of different ways. If you look at just the cost and the paid traffic, if you multiply those two things together, you get what we call pay-per-click value. So this can be in either a monthly or a daily value, and that's the amount of money that you would actually spend. Well, it's a bit inflated, but it represents the amount of money that you would spend if you wanted to be the #1 ad on that, for that keyword constantly. The next thing I want to talk about is search value, and that's where you take the cost per click and you multiply it by the natural search value. This is going to give you, or by the natural search, the quantity of natural search. This brings you a search value. It's like the pay-per-click value, but it's the value, it's the intrinsic value based on the pay-per-click idea of ranking in the #1 position for that particular keyword term. Now, as you know, today, in particular, easier than ever, it's possible to own the entire top 5 positions. And so when you take the idea of search value, the search value for all 5 of those top positions, as well as the pay-per-click value, and you add all that together, that's what we call the total search market value. And that's the TSMV, and that's an important keyword, an important idea that we attach to every single keyword and theme. Now, the idea of attaching it to a theme is because we use proprietary latent semantic indexing values within our algorithms, we can collect a pile of keywords and sort through them to find the keywords that are highly related to each other from a semantic point of view. That's what we call a theme. We take a look at the total search market value for an entire theme, and that gives you an idea of what that market is. There are several different ways to approach this. If you're looking at the highest level of a market, what we call a vertical market, and you're looking at the top of that, then what you're seeing is the value of all of the market segmentation underneath that. If you take just one segment of this market, so let's say, let's just give you an idea here. Let's say this is bicycle. You look at that, the TSMV that's represented there is an idea of the entire bicycle market. If you took bicycle seats, that's just one aspect, that's one segment of that market. That TSMV is going to be a portion of this total TSMV. It's going to be a much smaller number. Now, on the themes overview screen, we show all of the different market segments for a particular market, and this helps you to see, to follow quite easily where the money is flowing in a particular market. Now, I want to talk about one more thing, because there's 2 more ideas, actually, that impact the idea of the value of a keyword, and one is trending. It's an important thing, and commonly overlooked within, quote, keyword tools, to evaluate the trending of a particular theme or keyword. When you create a theme within Kraken, you have the ability to use several different keywords in what we call a synonymic set. And when you take that synonymic set into our trending algorithm, it will show you the search volume for each one of those keywords, and you can quickly see which keywords are on the rise or on the decline or maintaining. You can see whether they've got annual fluctuations that are consistent, or if it's a keyword that's just consistent throughout the year. And that's a key thing. When you're planning your ROI for your website, you need to know those things. And finally, ranking and competition. We've got 3 different screens that help you examine ranking and competition within Kraken, and all of these things are approached from a thematic level. In other words, you can get that the values for those entire piles of keywords. You can also look at it by just the parent theme, just that main seed term that you typed in. And you can see who your top competitors are. On the white paper, you can see what the page rank is, what the numbers of inbound links are. You have a really good idea of exactly what it's going to take to outrank the competition. Now, one other thing that I want to mention is because it takes a little bit of SEO knowledge to be able to decipher the information on the white paper, you can export that information, bring it over into DWS, and it will tell you in absolutely no uncertain terms what the cost value will be to rank for that keyword. So that's it. That's the value of a keyword. That's one of the really important things that sets ThemeZoom DWS system apart, and why market research is different from keyword research. This is Sue Bell from ThemeZoom, signing off.